We start with a big story from Delhi. A deadly car blast has rocked the national capital. It happened a short while back. At least 8 people have been killed, plus several others have been injured. The explosion happened near the Red Fort, specifically at a red light near the metro station there. As you can see, the pictures show a car engulfed in a fireball. There's not a lot of information at this point, but here's what the Delhi Police Commissioner has said. At around 7 p.m. local time, a slow-moving vehicle stopped at the red light. Suddenly, it exploded into a fireball. Even vehicles beside it were damaged in the blast. Multiple agencies are on the ground right now, including the NSG, that's the National Security Guard, and the NIA, the National Investigation Agency. Both Home Minister Amit Shah and Prime Minister Narendra Modi are monitoring this incident. As things stand, we don't know how this blast happened, but the incident itself is worrying because Red Fort is the heart of Delhi. Every year, the Indian Prime Minister delivers his yearly Independence Day address from there. We are told the entire area around the Red Fort has been sealed off. 7 fire tenders were rushed to the scene. They are still dousing the flames. Local authorities have urged citizens to stay away from the area. This is a developing story. We'll keep tracking the updates for you. As of now, these are the pictures that we have, and we advise viewer discretion. These pictures can be disturbing. A massive blast with a car going up in fire in the heart of the national capital, and the cars around it also caught fire. This was near a red light at the metro station. As you can see, there is absolute panic and chaos at the moment. The top agencies, investigation agencies in Delhi are at the spot, and according to reports, some 20 people have been admitted to hospital. This is a developing story. We'll keep coming back to it as we get more information. As of now, we can tell you that there has been a massive blast in the national capital. Meanwhile, India's security forces busted a terror cell today. They seized nearly 3 tons of explosive material, which is enough to wipe out entire neighborhood blocks. This operation happened in Jammu and Kashmir. 7 suspects are in custody. So far, no connection has been established between this operation and the blast in Delhi, but the police say that this was not a small local cell. This was an organized interstate network, one with links to known terror groups. In fact, investigators have given it a name. They call it a white-collar module, a network run by educated professionals who used encrypted tools and advanced technology to plot terror attacks. Here is a report.
Police in Jammu and Kashmir have uncovered a massive terror plot. 7 locals have been arrested, and nearly 2,900 kilograms of explosive material has been seized. This is one of India's largest recent hauls. The numbers are staggering: explosives, chemicals and wires, electronic circuits, remote triggers and batteries. Everything needed to make deadly IEDs. The raids were carried out across several districts and beyond the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. It was a joint operation between the local police and forces from other Indian states. Investigators say the group was part of an interstate terror module. They believe it had links to Jaish-e-Mohammed and Ansar Ghazwat-ul-Hind. The goal: to carry out coordinated bomb attacks across multiple cities. The seizure wasn't limited to chemicals. Weapons were found too: a Chinese Star pistol, a Beretta pistol, an AK-56 rifle, and an AK Krinkov. All were recovered during follow-up searches. The investigation began in October. Posters appeared in Jammu and Kashmir. They carried threats aimed at security forces. Those posters triggered the first leads. Within days, police traced an online network behind them. That trail led to the arrests. Charges have now been filed under the UAPA. India's anti-terror law. Police call it one of the most complex cases they've handled. They say the suspects were part of a white-collar terror ecosystem. Radicalized professionals, educated, well-connected, and tech-savvy. They used encrypted apps to plan and recruit, and they moved money through legitimate channels. Among those arrested are 2 doctors, both accused of using their professional networks for funding and logistics. Police say they played a key role in procurement and coordination. The material seized could have been catastrophic. 2,900 kilograms of explosive compounds, enough to build dozens of powerful IEDs, or sustain multiple attacks over weeks. It's a reminder of how close such plots can get to reality. For years, India's security agencies have warned about a shift in terror tactics, from border infiltration to homegrown radicalization, from open training camps to covert cells, from weapons smuggling to chemical sourcing. This case captures that change. Highly educated recruits, encrypted communication, professional fronts masking extremist networks. The operation also shows how coordination has evolved. Different state forces work together. Real-time intelligence sharing made the breakthrough possible. Without that, officials say the plot might have gone undetected. For investigators, this is only the beginning. They are now tracing the money trail. They want to know who funded the purchases and where the materials came from. For ordinary people, the story is a warning. Terror networks no longer operate in shadows alone. They hide in plain sight, in universities, hospitals, and digital platforms. This is the new face of extremism. But for now, there is one success, and a major plot has been stopped before it began. It's a victory for India's security forces, and a reminder: the threat may change, but it never disappears.
Meanwhile, we continue to track the big story from Delhi. A deadly car blast rocked the national capital a short while back. At least 8 people have been killed. Several others have been injured and moved to hospitals. The explosion happened near the Red Fort, specifically at a red light near the metro station there. As you can see, the pictures show a car engulfed in a ball of fire. There's limited information as to what happened and how it happened, but here's what the Delhi Police Commissioner has said. At around 7 p.m. local time, a slow-moving vehicle stopped at the red light. Suddenly, it exploded into a fireball. Even vehicles beside it were damaged in the blast. Multiple agencies are on the ground right now as we speak, including the NSG. That's the National Security Guard, and the NIA, the National Investigation Agency. They're both at the spot. Both Union Home Minister Amit Shah and Prime Minister Narendra Modi are monitoring this incident. As things stand, we do not know how this blast happened, but the incident itself is worrying because the Red Fort is the heart of Delhi. And we are told that the entire area around the Red Fort has now been sealed off. 7 fire tenders were rushed to the scene. They are still trying to douse the flames. Local authorities have urged citizens to stay away from the area. This is a developing story, and we'll be tracking the updates for you here on Firstpost.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all 3 just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.